Good afternoon and thanks for joining us. I'm Lindsay Burrell. It is a sunny day, but we will not be feeling a lot of warmth. A very cold start to our work week. Let's start off with meteorologist Jerry Ann Ritter for a look at the forecast.
It looks like it's going to get even colder tomorrow. Now, right now, at least we have some sunshine across the state, but temperatures below average throughout most of January. You can see that sea of sunshine right now through our camera located on top of the Gateway Hotel in Ames. Right now, 14 degrees in Webster City, 12 in Carroll, 19 in Knoxville. Notice what it will feel like. It will feel well below zero around Webster City. It will feel like 4 in Knoxville. Now, during the warmest part of the day, it's going to feel like the single digits. But the main thing I want you to see here is how cold it's going to feel tomorrow morning. If you have outdoor plans just as the sun comes up, our coldest part of the day, right around 7, 8, 9 o'clock, notice it will feel close to 10 to even 15 below in the afternoon, similar to what we'll experience today. However, the actual temperature does look lower. But today we have just enough wind to make it feel colder. We'll hold steady in the teens throughout the afternoon and fall into the single digits overnight. We've got nothing but sunshine across the state today. The clouds build in tonight, and that specks of white indicate some light snow showers moving through after 10 p.m. and before 7 a.m. on Tuesday, with more sunshine expected at this time tomorrow. Here's a breakdown of the numbers. Again, today will be cold, tomorrow even colder, and by Wednesday around 28. Notice that heat wave on Thursday. That's the day I'm telling you to make some outdoor plans or raise your hand to take the dog for a walk, because that's our warmest day. We have another warm day before it gets even colder. I'll tell you all about the weekend forecast coming up.
All right, living for Thursday, Jerry Ann. Thanks so much. Topping headlines, lawmakers are now hard at work under the Golden Dome. Today, members of the Iowa legislature gavelled in the 91st Iowa General Assembly. Our Zach Fisher joins us live from the Capitol. Zach, what priorities can we expect lawmakers to be working on?
Lindsay, after months away, lawmakers are back in what was a very busy morning, starting for some Republicans at the legislative breakfast, hearing priorities sought out. And then you come up here at the chambers at 10 a.m. with both of them gaveling in. We have video of the House here today gaveling in. That's where you have leadership give their priorities for each House caucus, as you hear the applause right there as well. And then same over in the Senate side as well. Now, this is important as the session works through its course, as you have different priorities from the House Republicans and the Senate Republicans rather, playing out in conversations like property taxes we've talked about leading up to the session. That's important. We're going to hear sound from both of those coming up in the second half hour. So, Lindsay, it's been a long one up here, but you're stuck with us. We'll see you after 12:30. You're going to hear some more of the priorities from the Republican leadership.
All right, Zach, thanks so much. Governor Reynolds lays out her priorities in her Condition of the State address. That's tomorrow. Iowa PBS broadcasts the speech. It starts at 6. This will be her 7th Condition of the State address since taking office. Meanwhile, Des Moines City Council meets tonight discussing the creation of a homeless village. The designated area would be made up of 43 structures. They'll be made out of fiberglass and secured to the ground. The designers say daily operation costs, including on-site meals and supportive services, average $65 per person. The council votes tonight on a $2 million community development block grant from the CARES Act to help start it. That meeting starts at 5. Turning now to national headlines, the fight against the wildfires continues in Los Angeles as new flare-ups and high winds return. Firefighters are still trying to get control of the blaze, and overnight we're learning the death toll has now reached 24. NBC's Jay Gray has the latest.
Look, let's start with the containment numbers, and they are up in all 3 active fires over the last 24 hours. Not significantly, but it does show that teams along the front lines are making some progress. There's concern right now that progress could be in jeopardy with what's now being characterized as an extreme and particularly dangerous red flag warning. That's a rare designation. We saw it initially with the fires that left devastation like this across miles in this area. Areas that look like a bomb's been dropped, others where there's just nothing left, no clue of what was standing before the flames. The winds, again, expected to intensify dramatically over the next several days with gusts that could reach 70 miles an hour or more. Not the 90 to 100 we saw initially, but still strong enough to really re-energize the fire where it is burning out of control at this point. Enough to spark embers and spread those embers into new areas. Now, 1,000 additional National Guard troops have been moved into the area, 2,500 in all now working this fire. Law enforcement, fire teams constantly patrolling and preparing for this next wind event that is coming. The Palisades is, of course, the largest blaze. It's 14% contained right now. And so the opportunity for this fire to spread is something that's really concerning as they, again, prepare for the strong winds to intensify and continue at least through Wednesday. That's the latest here in Pacific Palisades. I'm Jay Gray, NBC News.
One man says he was able to save his family home and a lifetime of memories with a water hose.
I caught on fire a couple of times.
You caught on fire?
Yes. And so what I started doing is every once in a while I would just spray myself with the garden hose. Just soak myself with the garden hose and continue to fight.
Felipe Carrillo's home is one of 2 houses still standing on his block. He's since lost electricity and his water supply has run dry. So he's gathered up fire extinguishers, gardening tools, and buckets of water from an ash-filled pool to battle any future blazes. And he said this is just the start.
Now I need the county and the city and the state to finish the fight for us, to rebuild this community, to help the people that lost everything. I'm passing the baton. I need you guys to bring our neighbors back.
Carrillo is not leaving, even though he is in an evacuation area. He says he's afraid that if he does leave, he won't be allowed to return. Back here at home, the Fort Dodge Community School District is mourning the life of an assistant principal and coach. Fort Dodge Middle School assistant principal Aaron Miller died from his injuries he received in a weekend car accident. The district has released a statement reading in part, "During times like this, it's important that we come together as a community to support one another. Please don't hesitate to reach out to us if there's anything we can do to support your family." School counselors and support staff will be available for students to talk this week. In other news, a Texas man is facing felony charges accused of stalking former Hawkeye Caitlin Clark. 55-year-old Michael Lewis was arrested on Sunday. According to court documents, the FBI traced recent messages on social media to find out that he was in Indianapolis. Investigators say his messages were sexually violent in nature. Court documents reveal police talked with Clark. She told officers that she had become fearful after receiving the messages and was concerned for her safety after learning that he was in Indianapolis. When confronted about the posts, Lewis claimed he was in Indianapolis on vacation and his posts were jokes and part of his imagination. He's charged with 1 count of stalking, threatening sexual battery, or death. Meanwhile, Iowa State plays Kansas on Wednesday, but fans are already excited for the game. A group of students have set up camp outside Hilton Coliseum on Saturday so they can be the first inside. The 4 students are staying in this tent you see here with a heater. They say camping in these conditions is not without its challenges.
The tent fell down at one point in the middle of the night, which wasn't too fun. We had to set the tent back up, but we've been able to fight the cold pretty well, so it hasn't been too bad.
We committed to it and we knew we were going to do it. And there also is a good amount of students who do have tickets to this game. Pollard worked something out. He knew a lot of students would want to come, so I got one for free with my student pass.
The Kansas game is 1 week before Iowa State's spring semester starts, but the students do expect even more tents to join them in the coming days. Well, stay with us. The LA fires are devastating, but it is showing the power of community. Coming up, the massive outpouring of support as people there rely on each other to get by during tragedy. And today is January 13th, and Buddy Check 13 is your monthly reminder to contact a friend to do a self-breast exam. Self-check should be done every month in between your yearly mammogram visits. For more details on Buddy Check 13, go to our website, WHO13.com.